Yo, what is good, Buckeye Nation? Welcome back to the Game Podcast with your boy MB. Make sure you make sure you subscribe to this video. Make sure you like this video. So we're going to talk about why Ohio State can't beat Michigan. Now, this has kind of been on my mind for the past couple of weeks. And so earlier today I was watching the game in 2016, and sometimes I like going back and watching the full games. I feel like sometimes going back into the past can kind of help you figure out what's going on in the present, right? And I want to talk about why are we struggling with Michigan? And the first thing I want to say, and you might not want to hear this, Buckeye Nation, but Michigan has gotten better. They have gotten better. It is simple as that. They have gotten better. I know you don't. I know it might be an excuse, but it's the truth. Michigan has gotten better. Their players are much better. You have guys like I'm watching guys like Wilton Spate. I think that's his name. I mean, this guy was terrible, right? Terrible. He threw 2 picks. I think he had he fumbled the ball, he missed missed the snap, whatever. It was terrible, right? And I was watching the game in 2017. Same thing with John O'Korn. These quarterbacks were terrible, right? Cade McNamara and Jason McCarthy are way better, right? Some of these guys don't even deserve. Some of these guys I saw didn't even deserve to be on the field, right? But I was watching. Earlier today I was watching the 2016 game, right? And that was the closest, thing. That was the closest game of one of the games that Ohio State and Michigan played, right? And one thing I noticed. One of the other things I noticed is that we have not had the playmakers. We have not had the playmakers like we had in the past, right? I mean, I can go on a list and name you so many guys on that Ohio State team that got drafted and that were playmakers, right? You had guys like Roquan McMillan, you had Gary and Conley. You had Damon Webb, who was underrated. You had Sam Hubbard. You had Nick Bosa, Taekwon Lewis, Draymond Jones. Like these guys were studs, right? These guys all most of these guys got drafted. I mean, if you look at then and then now, we have guys like Deron Cage and can't think of. Teron Vincent, they didn't get drafted. No playmakers, right? We caused in that game. We caused two interceptions. We couldn't get any last year, especially and we couldn't get any turnovers last year. We had one in the 2021 game, and that was it, right? Also, we couldn't get to the quarterback, and that's been an issue for the past few years, right? We can't get to the quarterback. Well, we got to the quarterback in 2016, right? And that was a struggle game. We all know about the Ed Warner years, but they were able to work through adversity, right? They're able to come through and be able to win that game, right? And that's something that something I've noticed that we haven't had the leadership. We have not had the leadership. No one has stepped up and had that ethereal game yet in the past couple of years, right? No one has stepped up and taken the game over, and that's something that we have not seen in the past couple of years. I mean, we had guys like, in 2018, guys like Chris Olave that took over the game. We had Paris Campbell that took over the game. Guys like that just took over their entire game. We haven't had that yet, and that's missing. And I talked about this in my old channel about how we haven't like we haven't had a guy that will carry us to the finish line, right? And as much as I do like CJ Stroud, right? I will say this: the leadership in those games wasn't there, right? And again, he wasn't the reason why we always the reason why we lost, but he wasn't always the reason why we won, right? He didn't carry us to that finish line. He didn't refuse to lose, right? And I haven't seen that, right? It looks sometimes when we get punched in the mouth, we get kind of like dazed, like we kind of get like shocked and kind of get like shocked and stuff like that, and we can't, and we just let go, and we just lose our confidence, and we play tight, and we saw that last year. So honestly, like, we need to get better. We need to get better playmakers, and I think we are gonna be better on defense. And we need someone to step up, and we need a leader. We need a leader that's gonna be fiery. That's also gonna be calm. Be calm when we need it, when we do go through adversity. But that's all I really have to say. Let me know what we think we need to beat Michigan. And also let me know why can we not beat Michigan. All right, guys, I'm out.